Hi everyone again. So Hirsch Sai here, reporting from Auckland, New Zealand. Still Christmas Day, the 25th of December 2023, and this talk video's topic is one which I almost omitted, which I really wasn't sure of doing because I understand it's quite a controversial one, but it's still one that I've thought about for a long time, and I started thinking about quite a while ago. I think it's still one to mention because it's got some very interesting points. And yeah, so trying to answer a very simple but hard question is, when would you want people to die? And yes, it's a very hard question because my heart is screaming never, all in uppercase with three exclamation marks on the end of it, never. Whereas my head is saying, wait a second, maybe there can be some unique circumstances, some exceptional or some, exceptions where perhaps actually having people die is actually better and sometimes even desired. I know that sounds completely out of it and makes no sense, but just hear me out. So yeah, when you want people to die, I mean, I know legally and historically, when people kill each other in war, it's it's actually not illegal. War seems to be an exception to that. If you've fought in a war and killed other people in that war, you will not be, punished in any way. You will not go to jail or anything because apparently war, again, legally and historically, is an exception. But I personally disagree with that. I don't believe in war at all. Like Mahatma Gandhi said, we can solve all of our problems without fighting. I definitely agree with that. I think in war, ultimately, no one wins. No one wins. People only die on both sides, in the thousands, and unfortunately, sometimes, as we've seen in history, in the millions. So I definitely don't believe in war. But when would you want people to die? I think there are some exceptions. Like if there is someone who is extremely unhealthy, basically on life support the whole time and just, clinging on to life. And, it's probably in their very best interest to, if you like, put them out of their misery. And perhaps that's what they want. That's what they've decided. That's even what those close to them have decided. Okay, maybe in that case, another case which is a bit similar, like you hear in euthanasia, people who are suffering from extreme illnesses who are only days or months away from death, itself, who are at death's door. Even sometimes people who suffer from extreme mental illnesses, and I can relate to that. Unfortunately, I really do think that mental illnesses and physical illnesses or physical pain, you really just can't judge which one is worse. Both are horrible. It's like comparing too hot to too cold and trying to say which one is worse overall, and they're just both horrible, aren't they? Too hot and too cold, mental pain and physical pain. So just like physical pain can really push people over the edge, and maybe it's actually in their best interest to, if you like, give up or to just, end things. I guess that can be an exception, especially if that's what they truly want and they're of sound mind to make that judgment, and those around them have also decided that. But same with, when you're those who are extremely mentally ill, who just, have tried everything, therapy, medication, everything, and for some reason they just can't get out of it or they can't make their lives better. Who cannot work anyway, who spend all day in bed, who only get up just to eat, go to the bathroom, things like that, because they're just so mentally ill, unfortunately. I could understand in those cases, yes, perhaps euthanasia is the answer, and that could be what they want too. So I guess there are some exceptions where you would want people to die, basically those who are suffering extreme pain mentally or physically, and they're basically at death's door. Also, I guess, those highly convicted criminals, I think, are also another exception, not just any criminal, any convicted criminal, but those who are extremely dangerous, who have killed a lot of people, who show no signs of remorse, who society really is better off without, those really extreme cases. And it's hard to believe that they're human beings like the rest of us. I remember once hearing someone say we should treat all human beings equally, regardless of who they are, where they've come from, their race, religion, what they look like, how much they're worth. And I agree. Yes, we should treat all human beings equally. But personally, I would value those people that I was talking about before, highly convicted criminals who are truly evil, extremely dangerous, show no signs of remorse, have done nothing but harm to many, many others their whole life and will only continue to do so. I would personally value them less than the rest of us. I would personally value them less. So sometimes in those cases, yes, perhaps you would want people to die. So really, in just exceptional circumstances or those exceptions, yes, you would want people to die. Those in extreme pain, mentally or physically, or those who are truly dangerous, they would probably be better off without. I would think yes, in those cases you would want people to die. Certainly not in war. I don't believe in that, and certainly not for any other sort of reason you might think, like trying to bring down populations, like we've sometimes had in the past with genocides, a forced sterilization, or even just killing people off in whatever way possible. Definitely, that is definitely not justifiable in any way, shape, or form, for killing people. But sometimes in those extreme, exceptional circumstances that I mentioned earlier. So it's a very hard topic, but I guess to answer that question, when would you want people to die? I guess there is a bit of an answer, or at least from me, based on my experience and thought and just what I think. I guess, yeah, there are some cases for that. Cool. Thank you.